we'll wait till everybody gets settled in. Wait, I can't even pronounce the name of your song. So tell me how you pronounce it.
Gửi cánh chim biển.
Gui can
Gửi
gui
cánh
can
chim
chim
biển.
bien.
Yay!
Gui can chim bien.
Yes. Wow, you really can learn
Oh,
a new language.
that's your language. Yes.
That's a big thing.
Oh, but I got to tell you, I really appreciate what you are going through every time you sing something when it's in a different language than your first language or your second language. And then you have to sort of translate it 2 or 3 times, right?
Yeah, I just realized that since I've been here, I sing all the French language, and I try to make it like my language. And I never sing my language, so I feel like, oh, I did so far. I really force this to be what I mean.
Yes.
But actually it's a different language. So it's like, wow, I can't believe I did that.
I know. Well, if you don't mind, announce what you're singing, and if you don't mind, could you please tell us, because all the other songs in the recital are in English, but could you recite this poem, the translation for us in English, so we can know what you're singing about? Is that okay?
Yes. I think it took me a long time to do the translation, and some of that is like difficult to get it, but so I will say the general thing. So this song is about like me. I think it's actually about me when I'm on the boat far from my country and in the ocean, and there's, after years, when I look at the sky, I see the flock of birds, they're flying together, they know where to go, and I look at that and I feel touching. I remember my hometown, every street, every trees. I remember I used to have a lot of, no, not a lot, I used to have some lovers, and I really miss them, and I really miss where I belong to, and I hope that I will send my love to the bird, that the bird can fly home and give it to all my family, to all my everything that I belong to. So it's all the meaning of that.
It's beautiful.
I can't really say it all because I kind of.
I know. I'm about ready to cry, so I can understand.
So the Vietnamese translation from her means to the seabird wings, and me and Nancy will perform it now.
Nhớ
this whatever, the other day, your lesson. What are you thinking on these ahs in the last verse?
The last verse, I imagine that I am a wave, like the way it come into the shore, and then when it come back, and then it come into the shore again and stronger, double, and it show that how I feel. It's not like even missing, but it's like sometimes it's less, sometimes it's all.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So sometimes it's maybe more painful and it builds, yeah? Because it sounded even better today, the way you sang it. Whatever you did, it was more connected to your emotions, I think, you know? I would love it if on that last G, if you could kind of make a little bit of a swell on it and really diminuendo on the end of it. Is that possible? Just the last two bars that you sing. Yeah, can you just do that? Yeah.
It's not lesser.
No, and go on. I mean, sing the whole thing. Yeah. Yes. Keep supporting it very low, and keep the energy there, even though you're making that diminuendo, so that it doesn't just sound like, oh, she's just running out of breath. No, but it really sounds like it's connected. That was really good. Can you do it one more time? I know that's a terrible place to ask you to start.
No, please.
Is that okay? Sorry about that. Yeah, so that just sort of fades away, you know, and you can release that whenever you want, but I think it just gives it that nostalgic feeling, you know, at the end. I love the song. I love the melody. I love the way she wrote this, and I will say this again for about the 100th time. You sing it so beautifully because it's your own language. Do you all feel that when you're singing something in your own language, it's sort of like you are more connected in a way, you know? It's really speaks to my heart. So I would, really the only thing I would suggest, like when you start the repeat again, we just need to find a way to make it a little bit different, even though you're singing the same words. It's like singing Mozart or singing Handel. Okay, we're going to repeat this now for the 20th time, and let me find a way to make it different. But what could you do to make, what emotion, how could you make it a little bit different the second time?
Yeah, I kind of get that advice from mother too, and I think of that. And it's like not really opera. It's kind of art song, and then I wonder if I can do something different. I have no idea. It's like, ooh.
I know. This is what I think is interesting and challenging and also beautiful about singing art songs. We don't already have a preconceived idea because we've seen the opera 20 times and we know how Marriage Figaro ends, and we know what happens in Don Giovanni, and we know who Donna Anna is, or we know who Turandot is, you know. But you not only have to perform it, but you have to be the stage director too. So I don't know that there's any right or wrong answer. I just think when we're singing art songs, we make the, choices and make the decisions based on our life experience. And I guarantee you, if you sing this song in 10 years, you'll sing it differently. Because you'll have more life experiences, something maybe will happen and you'll go, oh, you know what, that's what this is about, you know. So for right now, I wouldn't get too uptight about it, but just find something maybe in the picture. I can see you seeing the birds. That's very clear. So just see it more. And there's no right or wrong answer. But just make that second verse maybe a little more nostalgic or a little, I don't know.
Like, you mean that it don't need to be like change the note?
No, don't change any,
Okay.
no, it's more about the interpretation.
Interpret.
Yeah, and the emotion. So maybe if you sing it a little differently emotionally, it might make a different color in your voice. You know? It's like if you're talking to someone on the telephone and you can't see them, but you hear them and you can hear if there's a smile in their, whatever they're telling, because it changes the color of their voice. You know, and you don't have to even be there, but you can tell, oh, they're happy. Or you can tell if somebody calls and says, boy, I really had a hard day. And it's got, you know, so it's the same thing here. Find an emotion for the way you sing it the first time, and then find something maybe a little deeper for the second time. It's subtle, but I think it will even make this more beautiful, because you sing it very beautifully now. I'm just trying to find ways to pull more out, more interpretation out of you, you know? And to me, that's like the most fun thing that we get to do as artists. We get to interpret.
Yeah.
And you can look at it next week and think of a different way to sing it. And you can look at it in 5 or 10 years and you'll think of something different. And that's what's so exciting about this, you know?
Yeah.
But I am so glad when I saw this on the list. I was so glad to see this. Yeah, I'm really happy. So, you sing it beautifully, and thank you for sharing it with us. And are you going to say the poem on the recording?
Yes.
Because the people won't have a translation, so I think it would be better.
Yes,
Yeah.
for the beginning.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you. Thank you very much. So,